in terms of where hip hop is going, the evolution of it, I'm excited to see what's next. Like, what's the next new style? You know, like right now we got new styles surfacing. We got a lot of older rappers complaining, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not what they're used to doing. I love it, man. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the things get overdone a little bit, but that's anything. That's anything in hip hop. And I think as long as it continues to change and grow, that means it's growing, you know what I mean? And that means that it's gonna stay around and it's not gonna just fade away. My son is 18. He's 18 and he's a producer. He's a really dope producer. I don't really know what he listens to. I don't really know what he listens to be impacted by what he hears and what he listens to, but I want to go out on a limb and say I'm a little bit more in the know than he is. See, when you're 18, you're in a box. You know what I mean? Like, you wrap your head around one thing that you accept because your peers accept it, and you guys are like in this little group of creative misfits. Because I was the same way. I like what I like. I kept the people around me we all like the same kind of things, and we kind of like rebelled against everything else. And most of the time we were rebelling against things that were more popular because we wanted to be a little bit different. My son is the same way. So that shit that he listens to, I don't even really know what he listens to because he's not like blasting it and I can like walk by the basement door and hear it. Anytime I hear something loud coming out of the basement, the dungeon, when he's down there, it's one of his beats. You know, and I think he listens to all of the obvious. Like, he'll listen to Thug, he'll listen to Ye, he'll listen to the obvious things, Drizzy, like everything that comes out, he'll listen to it. But I think on the day-to-day, he listens to a lot of like other shit that I don't even really, you know, he'll ask me, you know, my perspective on things. And sometimes I ask him his perspective on things. And then as soon as he starts talking like a wizard, I stop talking to him. He starts talking like a know-it-all. You know, so I'm always interested to hear what's the next new style. Because right now, there's like a wave of rappers. They kind of all look similar. They look similar. They do a similar thing. They're using a similar flow. And it's dope. So I'm trying to see what's next. Like, what's the next thing rap is gonna do. So it's always fun to sit back and watch the evolution of it.
Some of that hip hop music, strip clubbish sounding trap, I think it's harmful to kids, man. I don't think it's good for youngins. You know what I'm saying? I think the hip hop that we did in the 90s, that we continue to do now, today, relevant and all of that, is the way to go.
If you're really talented at something, like never give up, because God kind of gave you that a gift for a reason. There was a time when I was really gonna quit rapping. I didn't care about fame or respect or recognition or anything. I just wanted to live a quiet life.
When we went to present the beat, it wasn't the one that y'all hear now for All for the Love, it was another one. And I set it up like that strategically. I loved both of them, but me being on Bad Boy, I knew they was gonna love the other one.
And they say, yo, the music's wonderful. And then the butt is a whole bunch of stuff you didn't even know about. You didn't know it mattered. You're heavy, you're Spanish, we have somebody. Just feeling like you're going to meet up with a whole bunch of people that are just going to give you advice and rub their own back. That's when you start thinking like, it's so much easier to go back to drugs, dude.